record from your side, guys. I will provide you recording, no issue. Okay, focus on the content. Okay, no issue. I will provide recording and notes, whatever you want, I will provide you. Right, if you can see yesterday class, so this is the outcome. So we are reading, enter roll number, enter student name, and then enter subject, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, and then we provided one marks card or table, right? If you can see here, this is entirely backend. Okay, yesterday we understand the backend programming. Okay, so if you develop this program and if you give to your client in the sense the person who requests the project. Okay, so developers will develop the project. If you develop this type of project and if you submit to your client, I mean, you need to provide these steps also. You need to install Python, you need to run this Python by using these commands and so on. Everything you need to tell to the client, and the client will you need to give training to the client. But this is not looks attractive to the client, and the client is not a technical person, he is a normal person. For example, Vasanti started a business, e-commerce business, and she visited one of the software company like PST, and she asked like, we need one e-commerce platform website, like that she asked. She may not that much technical, right? She provided her requirement, so developers will develop the project and will submit to the Vasanti, okay, client. So client will easily run the project and it should be attractive. But this is only backend program. Only developers can understand this, how to run this program, how to enter the value and other things, right? So we need to make the complete project now. Okay, the project is not only the backend, so we need to add few more components. So we'll try to understand now pure application structure. Okay, right. So without further ado, let's get into it. We are going to develop a application, same marks application. Before starting application, how many ways we have, how many architectures we have, this everything we have, it will take a lot of time. So definitely we will try to cover in like a full stack batch and full-time batch. I will try to provide on high level about it. Okay, if you can see here, say slide number 20. Yeah, so usually we are following entire architecture, but mainly for enterprise level we are going to following entire architecture. But for now, academic level or personal use, okay, we are using 3-tier architecture. 3-tier architecture means it involves 3 components. One is client, another one is server, another one is database. What is this 3 components here? ఈ 3 components ఏంటి? నార్మల్గా మనం 3-tier architecture అంటే 3 components ఉంటాయండి. సో 3 components లో client, server, database అనేది 3 components ఉంటాయి. So we need to understand what is client, what is server, and what is database on high level. Okay, client is nothing but whatever you are like watching in browser. If you can see Amazon, so this is our project. For example, just touching, this is the project, right? If we can see any login or search bar, so this is UI or client. Okay, this is the client, graphical user interface. The user need to communicate to the server through this UI. This is client. Client is a browser, or if you can access this Amazon site in your mobile, so mobile is a client. Okay, now so starting point is the client or UI, user interface. So this is first starting point of the application. So the client, we can say it's a UI, user interface, and server is a backend logic or business logic, backend logic, whatever. Okay, and then database is a storage location. So each and everything we are going to understand today. So I need 100% efforts. Everyone, please give me your 100% efforts to me. So I will try to provide you the content to you, so you can develop by your own web applications and you can submit into your like colleges as well. Okay, so let's see now applications, right? We have 3-tier architecture. The first one is client, the another one is server, the another one is database. So what is server? Server is the backend logic. This is already done. Yesterday we did. Okay, yesterday we understand how to write a program, Python. This is server in the sense which technology we are going to use, Python. For now, since we are in Python workshop, we are using Python. Okay, Python. Then Java, Python, .NET, whatever we have technologies, everything comes under server technologies, backend technologies. Okay, now client. Client is the starting point. Client is the UI or GUI. We can say UI or GUI. What is full form? User interface or graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. User means user interface. Interface ante enti ikkada? It's a mediator between user and server. Okay, client ever వాడతారండి? UI ఎవరు యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు? యూజర్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఓకే, యూజర్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు ఎందుకోసంగా? టు కమ్యూనికేట్ విత్ సర్వర్. సర్వర్ తోటి కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వం, డైరెక్ట్గా కమ్యూనికేట్ అవ్వం, త్రూ UI తోటి కమ్యూనికేట్ అవుతాం. సో UI ఈజ్ ద మీడియేటర్ between user and server. ఓకే, సో సర్వర్లో పైథాన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటుంది. సో క్లయింట్లో UI గ్రాఫికల్ యూజర్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఉంటుంది. వీ కెన్ డెవలప్ UI by using technologies HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript. And if you can go with advanced frameworks now, Angular, React, these are all the very popular frameworks. Okay, Vue.js and what is it, Flutter, and hybrid. If you want to develop a hybrid framework, Ionic framework on top of the Angular or React, whatever, and so on. These are all our UI technologies. You need to use these UI technologies and you need to develop a graphical user interface for your server. I hope you understand the client means. No issue, we'll try to jump into coding, right? At that time you can understand clearly. Okay, now just park it aside database. First of all, we'll try to create this like client user interface page. Then we'll try to communicate with that to the server. Okay, our main goal is, so here in command line it is taking, right? Instead of that, we are going to take, or we are going to give these values in web browser as a text boxes or components, UI components. Okay, without further ado, this is the time for attendance. I will give you the attendance. Please open your phones and you can submit your attendance quickly. 2 minutes of time. Okay, let me so this is the user need to give the values in command prompt, right? Instead of that, we are going to develop a graphical user interface. That is our agenda now. Okay, let me come back again here. So here, if you want to develop a UI graphical user interface, you need to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript and other frameworks, UI frameworks. But there is no that much time here to understand, to learn HTML, CSS, JS, right? That's what Python will provide, one of the web application development library called Streamlit. Streamlit, it's a library, pre-built code. Okay, so by using Streamlit, we can develop web applications. So similar to Python code, by using Python code, direct Python code. Okay, develop applications with Python. Python tone meeru web application develop cheyochu. So by using this Streamlit library. Okay, maybe by using Streamlit, whatever. This makes sense. You can try to make it up. So Streamlit library, if you install the Streamlit library, so definitely you can develop a small web application. Okay, so if you can see the uses of Streamlit. So if you want, for example, we have small projects, we can use Streamlit. And data science, right? Data science means visualizations, reports and graphs and everything, right? Data analysis. So everything, if you want to work with data science, so you need to use Streamlit, because of there is no that much bigger websites. So small tools is enough. That's what in data science mostly we are going to use Streamlit library. Okay, and if you want to develop a small dashboards in your company, if you want to develop a small graphical dashboards, tables, graphs, pie charts. Okay, so then you can use Streamlit directly. Single page, like just a dashboard, single dialogue or single page. Okay, so instead of like bigger applications. And of course small and AI tools lo kuda manam use chestam. AI tools like chatbots. Okay, some small tools by using AI. So we are going to use Streamlit. Streamlit is the one of the library. By using it, we can develop the web application with directly Python code. Okay, Then why we need to use Streamlit? We have lot of other technologies also. Why means it's a simple thing. Of course Python is a simple, of course since we are using Python language, of course this is also easy to learn. Okay, Streamlit also easy to learn framework. And while developing also it very fast development, and attractive UI. So lot of features we can say. Of course it's a beginner friendly library. Okay, and so on. Okay, this theory is park at aside. We will try to understand. I will try to show you again syntaxes now. Then I don't want to go deep into it. So whatever we need, I will try to provide you. Just inject into your brain, or you can take notes, running notes. Okay. So how to use it? How to use in our Python application? How to use Streamlit in Python app? Okay. The first step is you need to install. Streamlit library. You need to install library in the sense pre-built code only. So you no need to write entire code. It's already provided by Python as a library, because like a pre-built code. You just need to call the functions. That's it. ఆ ఫంక్షన్స్లో ఆ ప్రీ బిల్ట్ కోడ్లో వాళ్ళే ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంటారు. టెక్స్ట్ బాక్స్ ఇలా రావాలి, బటన్ ఇలా రావాలి, ఇది ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వాళ్ళు ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంటారు. మనం జస్ట్ ఆ లైబ్రరీ నుంచి యూస్ చేసుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ ఎ ప్రీ బిల్ట్ code available in that library. You can just use that, like reuse that code, reuse that methods or functions, whatever. Okay, so this is, if you want to use that any library in Python, you need to install by using our package manager called pip. Okay, pip install Streamlit. This is the first step. We need to install Streamlit library by using pip package manager. Okay, then we'll try to understand few of the components. After completing of that, so mostly we are going to understand title. Title is the header of the project. If you use title function, maybe our site student marks management system, SMMS. Okay, this is the title, header of our project. Then we'll understand after the title write function. Write means whatever, like we are using print function, right, in console. If you want to print a message in the console, we are using print. If you are using write on top of the Streamlit, it will write data into the browser web page lo meeku data write avutundi instead of console. So web page lo meeku data write avutundi. It writes the data into the web page. I will provide you the thing. Okay, no issue. So message, you need to pass the message here. So write will understand today. And input methods. If you use input, you can get the input data from the user through command prompt, right? But here we need to take input box, text box. So if you want to make text box and if you want to read data from the text box, so we have a method or function called text input. Text input, and here we are going to pass message or label, whatever it is. Okay, then if you want to read marks, right, we need to read the marks in the sense integer data type. If you want to read number type of data, you can use number input. Okay, you can use number input and followed with message. Then after completing of that, we need buttons. If you want to build a button, you just use button off and then name of the button like save or whatever it is, and click event. If you want to click this event, you need to add some if condition. If button, say button name is save and colon. If it is clicked, if means like telugulo ayite antunnam kada, ade vidhanga ikkada button click ayite. If clicks the button, what will happen? You need to write inside the code. If button click happened, then it comes to inside a if condition, then it will execute whatever you want. And then if you want to display a success message, we are going to use success. That's it. That's enough. చూడండి ఎంత సింపుల్ గా ఉంది. ఇవి గుర్తుంటాయా? సింపులే కదా. 3 4 5 6 7 ఐటమ్స్ ఓన్లీ. I don't want to go much deeper. 7 ఐటమ్స్ గుర్తుంటాయా ఫంక్షన్స్? చూడండి. Is it easy or complex, these methods? day2.txt. ఓకే, గివ్ మీ ఏ మూమెంట్. జస్ట్ చూస్తూ ఉండండి వాటిని. నేను రెస్పాన్స్ స్టాప్ చేస్తానండి. అటెండెన్స్ క్లోజ్ చేస్తాను. అది గుర్తుండిపోవాలి, మీకు మైండ్లోకి వచ్చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఓకే, you received 61 responses. Right. So end of the session I will try to provide you not only in middle also, maybe I will provide you the attendance form so you can fill it. Okay, okay, these things is enough. We are going to develop these things. Okay, so before that you need to install IDE. We need IDE, so some little bit advanced mode. We are going to move into advanced mode. Okay, so you need to install IDE. What is IDE here? Integrated development environment. So మీరు ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయాలి. if you want to develop a project in real time, you need to use any IDE because of it is simple thing. Development makes very simple if you use IDE instead of editors like normal editors, Notepad and Sublime Text and other things. Okay, so IDE you need to install. Lot of IDEs we have, like PyCharm, which is coming from JetBrains vendor. అదే విధంగా మనకు VS Code, Visual Studio Code we have, so that is lightweight and easy to use. Okay, so how can you do that? Go to browser, go to your web browser. So here download, okay, VS Code for Windows or Mac means Mac. Just hit this one and download. If you want, maybe I think you can go with our website funnysoftech.com. maybe here you can directly take, if you want, go to services and downloads. Maybe you have VS Code. Yeah, here we have Visual Studio Code 9th one. If you click this download button, automatically exe file will download. Otherwise, if you want to go official website, go to this official website. This is called code.visualstudio.com. so hit this one, and here we have lot of links since we are using Windows, right? And user installer, system installer, and then zip file and CLI, whatever you want you can try it out. This system installer is fine, so go to the 64-bit. So if you can click this, automatically download will happen. See, let me stop this. Yes, okay, I already downloaded, that's what I stopped. So you can go ahead and try to install this one if you want. Copy link address. Let me share you in the chat. Maybe ఎవరైనా మన గ్రూప్లో పెట్టేసేయండి VS Code installing link అని చెప్పి. Okay, right. So once it's done, you will get one installer exe file in downloads folder. ఎలా అయితే మనం పైథాన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసామో సేమ్ ఇక్కడ మనకు అదే విధంగా వస్తుంది. python.exe వచ్చింది కదా, ఇక్కడ క్లిక్ చేసి నెక్స్ట్ ఫినిష్ ఇచ్చేసేయండి అంతే. ఎటువంటి కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మీరు సెట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. నో నీడ్ టు గివ్ ఎనీ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్. జస్ట్ డబుల్ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ది VS Code, హిట్ నెక్స్ట్ ఫినిష్, దట్స్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సింపుల్ థింగ్. Or if you want, you can try to take help from YouTube. It's a straightforward. Just download the exe file and double click on it. Next, finish it. That's it. Automatically it will install into your system. How to open the VS Code? So go to your desktop, or you can search code. You can see code.exe or Visual Studio Code or code.exe. You can find. Or if you create a desktop icon, from desktop icon you can try to open this. Let me go with the desktop one. So here we have code.exe shortcut. So this is my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so if you open first time, it will show like this, welcome page. Okay, just close this one, welcome page. And the projects, right, we need to create project so that you can create a folder in your file explorer. Maybe I'm going to I created one folder, right? So I'm navigating into that folder. Where that folder? Inside the internship. Did I start the yeah. So what is that folder name? Python. So we have Python programs. Maybe I'm trying to create another folder here. Okay, separately I'm trying to create another folder, new folder, projects or only ఒక project మాత్రమే కాబట్టి or projects, take projects simply. Okay, projects. So I need to open this folder through this Visual Studio Code. How can we do that? So follow this. So file, go to click file, take the running nodes if you want. Okay, take the go to file menu and hit open folder. Go to file and click open folder. Okay, then navigate into, it is in batch 8, Python. Where is our folder? Here, this is the projects. Okay, I selected projects and hit select folder. Then it's automatically open our projects folder here. So this is again, it is come, so just give like trusted and then close this welcome file. So projects here, if you can see, if you want to create a folder, you can click this second icon, and if you want to create any file, you can click this this first one, new file. Okay, and before that, if you want to develop a project, there is it's a like optional thing for now, but if you are in actual project development in main course, we need to install. So go to this last icon, these are extensions. Okay, plugins, go to this extensions and type Python, and you can see there is one plugin called Python which is coming from Microsoft. Okay, so just click it, and here you can find install option. Just install it and restart the IDE, so that some Python related syntaxes and these things will support. Otherwise, no issue, no need for now. Okay, I already installed. Okay, so just make a note of it. Okay, so this is the project first icon, right? This is the project explorer. Here we have all the files, whatever we are going to create. So it is not visible, guys. How many members joined? Screen is not visible. Can anyone respond? Visible, right? So Kaveri oksari, yeah, thank you Kaveri, oksari network check cheskoni malli rejoin avandamma, మీ సైడ్ నుంచే ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది. ఓకే, ఫైన్. సో ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఈస్ రెడీ. లెట్ మీ ట్రై టు క్రియేట్ ఎ న్యూ ఫైల్ నౌ. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఫైల్ నేమ్, రైట్? సో న్యూ ఫైల్, ఐఎమ్ clicking this. So I'm trying to test.py, small .py file. Hit enter. So automatically test.py is created. Okay, so right side is it automatically open here. Just try whether our Python is working or not. Print hello, something like this. Let's save this. And since you install the extensions, you can directly click this play button here. If you click play button, then automatically it will run and provide the output. See, hello. Otherwise you need console, right? Go to here, terminal, 3 dots, terminal and new terminal. You can take new terminal, or there is a shortcut here. If you can see these icons, right? So take this down icon, down. Okay, second one, bottom icon, right? This, if you can click this, automatically terminal will open. So this is already in projects folder. So you can try how to run this file. So Python test.py, if you can hit, automatically will get output. Okay, this is our first step. So first program in Visual Studio Code. I hope you understand how to run this. Everyone clear, right? We'll jump into again another one. Okay, right, I'm closing this test.py. I'm trying to create new file now. So maybe smms.py, or better to use app.py. Okay, app.py. So inside this app.py, or if you can remove this test.py, I'm just deleting it instead of that. Okay, I'm removing this. So again I created new one, app.py, and I'm trying to do the UI stuff now. Okay, Streamlit. What is the first step here? What is the first step? We need to install the Streamlit. Okay, pip install Streamlit. So go to here, and how to connect it, what is pip install, this everything gets like internals, guys. So I'm trying to provide you in full course. Okay, so just use this syntax to download and store it in somewhere in your local system. Okay, so I'm trying to use pip install Streamlit. simply. Okay, hit enter so that it will take some time and download the library. Yes, it is downloaded successfully. Okay, then you can start. So you need to import first library, right? You need to import that, because of whenever you use title or something like this, so this title is coming from where? Streamlit library. Streamlit is a collection of code and built as a package. ఒక ప్యాకేజ్ లాగా బిల్డ్ చేసి మనకి ఇస్తుంటారండి. ఎప్పుడైతే మీరు టైటిల్ అని రాస్తున్నారో, whenever you write title here, Python will not understand what is this title. I didn't understand. So that you need to tell to the Python what is that. So wherever you find this type of things, you need to check in Streamlit library. So at that time Python will go to Streamlit library and find this function in Streamlit library. If it is available, it execute from where? From there. Okay, so that's what we need to tell to the Python, right? So these are all functions that belong to Streamlit library. That's what we are using import statements. First we need to import. If you want to install, like if you install any library, you need to import in your Python code. Okay, so how can we do that? Just do import. So what is the library? Streamlit. Streamlit. చూసారా ఇక్కడ మీకు ఆటోమేటిక్గా సజెషన్ వస్తుంది కదా. So these suggestions, like how it is coming, we are installing Python extension. That's what this suggestions is coming here. Okay, this is the very simple development environment. If you use IDEs, this is very like our project development is very simple. Lot of suggestions, lot of code, debugging techniques, everything we provides by IDE, Visual Studio Code. Okay, so Streamlit, I am trying alias name as ST. So whenever I use ST, means it is a Streamlit, it connects to Streamlit. So ST on top of it, ST dot title. Streamlit lo title అనే ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది, దాన్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చెయ్యి అని చెప్తున్నా. ఓకే, సో st డాట్ టైటిల్ ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ స్టూడెంట్ ఆర్ pst స్టూడెంట్ మార్క్స్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ సిస్టమ్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద మినీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ గైస్ ఫర్ యువర్ అకాడమిక్ సైట్. ఓకే, సో st డాట్ title is ready. Let's try to check first of all whether outcome is coming or not. Okay, some satisfaction, right? Let me clear the console first. So let me try to CLS. Okay, let me try to clear the console and how to run the Streamlit. Next step. So first step we need to install the library. Next, after that we need to install the Streamlit app, right? How to run Streamlit app. So simply there is a syntax called Streamlit run and app.py. This is the your file name. Okay, Streamlit run. Simple syntax, simple command. So let's try here. Streamlit run app.py. Let's hit. So the server will start, then automatically your favorite web browser is opened. For me it is a Edge browser, then the title is displaying here. Got it, right? The first step is successfully done. We launched Streamlit app successfully. Okay, shall we go for next step now? We have a lot of things, right? So title is done. So write. So I am trying to add some message just before the title. So how can we do that? st dot write method. This is the application, maybe the application stores student marks and retrieves the all student data, something like this. Just ignore the the message. Just I am trying to write this message. Write. What is the write method? It's similar like a print. Print is displaying in console, but write is render the text inside the browser. Okay, let's see. Go to the browser and refresh it, then you can able to see the write function. It writes the data here. Okay, without further ado, this is a attractive thing. Now we have text input and number inputs and buttons. Let's see. Let me try to take a name, student name. What is the syntax here? If you want to develop a input box, we need to use text input. Okay, so text input, everything coming from Streamlit. That's what I am using. st dot. So here we are making as st as alias. That's what st. If you whatever you want to make it alias, that thing you need to use here. Okay, st dot text input. If you can see, lot of things we have. Okay, text area, text input, So text input I need, so I am trying to enter student name, right? Let's save this and check the browser how the UI is look like. So refresh it. See, the enter student name and one text box will come in. Okay, but whenever we add this data, this data is I need to store this data into one variable. Okay, so that I need to assign one variable before this, like name is equals to. So whenever I add a data into this text box, that data is assigned to this variable. This is the normal variable. Yesterday we did, right? That thing. Same like I'm using one button here. What is the syntax of button? Just button followed with name, right? Try that. st dot button, and I'm using save. Let's save this and check it now how the button is look like. See, this is the button. So I'm entering, for example, Kaveri, and if you can hit save, so that nothing is happened. We need to provide the click event. Okay, so button key click event manam ivvalanamata. How can we do click event? So what we need to do, we need to add if condition before the button, and we need to add colon here. Okay, so control structures and looping I will try to explain you actual things, how many if conditions, how many statements we have, okay, how many loops we have, everything will comes under control structures and statements, loopings. For now only this syntax only you can remember. Okay, so let's see. So just add if in front of the button, and here you can add some colon, that's it. Then go to inside. So inside, so ఇక్కడ మీకు లోపల చూసారు కదా 4 స్పేసెస్ లోకి లోపలికి వస్తుంది ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ లోపల. ఇదంతా మీకు ఫంక్షన్స్ గురించి అండ్ కంట్రోల్ స్టేట్మెంట్ లూపింగ్స్లో చేస్తే ఒకసారి అవగాహన వస్తుంది. బట్ సిన్స్ యూ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ విఎస్ కోడ్, సో నో నీడ్ టు డూ దట్. లైక్ ఇన్సైడ్ లోపలికి వెళ్తున్నామంటే 4 స్పేసెస్కి ముందుకు పెట్టాలి మనం కర్సర్. జావాలో అయితే వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ కర్లీ బ్రేసెస్ ఇన్ జావా, but in Python we need to use 4 spaces. Okay, 4 spaces. So this is the recommended 4 spaces. Okay, so like indentation something, you can say this one. Okay, so I'm trying to print or write here something like st dot write save is clicked. చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఎప్పుడైతే మనం బటన్ క్లిక్ చేస్తున్నాం, whenever you click this button, then only this message will come. Okay, that is the meaning of these 2 sentences. Okay, this line is under or inside this if condition. Okay, don't confuse. Let's save this and check it out now. Just refresh. Okay, so hello something, and if you can save, click save, then save is clicked. Whenever you click, then only the control will goes inside the button. I hope you understand. This is only the tricky part, little bit tricky, not much, little bit, because of I didn't explain the if condition. That's what. Simply you just take this syntaxes, that's it. Okay, right now you know, right, we have success message also. Just I want to display a success message instead of this plain write. That's what I am using. Instead of write, I am using some success. Streamlit that success. ఎప్పుడైతే నేను సేవ్ బటన్ క్లిక్ చేస్తున్నానో అప్పుడు నాకు సక్సెస్ మెసేజ్ రావాలి. వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ క్లిక్ బటన్స్, దెన్ సేవ్ మెసేజ్ విల్ అపియర్. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ st dot success. Just check it out now. Okay, some message and hit save, so that save is clicked, which is green color. This is called success component. Okay, it looks attractive, right? Okay, so let's try now. If you want to display a name, save is clicked. Okay, you can assign comma name, concatenate, just name, you can add name, so it will display name also. Let's see it will work or not. Hello, and hit save. Sorry, it takes positional argument. Okay, it won't take positional arguments. Maybe you can use write option if you want. Maybe just name st dot write. We'll see whether we can able to do that or not. Save. Yes, it's writing here. Okay, right? So whatever you want, you can play around it. Okay, now you understand how to create a button, how to click the button, and event is captured, and how to create a name like text input. So now I need subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 marks. Subject 1, so this is the integers, right? So what we need to do, if it is an integer, you need to take number input. Okay, let's see. St dot number input of enter subject 1 marks. Same I am trying 3 things, subject 2 and 3. I don't want to go much. Let me try to complete as soon as possible. Okay, subject 2, subject 3. Simple ga చూడండి, ఎక్కడ కష్టం ఏం లేదు కదా. Is it difficult? Okay, I already provided you all the methods here, syntaxes methods. If you can know these methods, syntaxes, then those methods only we are using here. Okay, let's save this, and if you can see the UI, then remaining 3 also it is displaying. Enter student name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 marks. These are all the number inputs. Okay, there's a special feature, you can use plus symbol also here. Okay, this is the normal string text box, and these are all integers. Okay, then I need to display whatever I am entering the data, I need to print here in below. Okay, how to print? Same as you know, save is clicked, and I am trying to, let me check, first save success body, I can't read the title. Okay, that is some appearances, ignore that. So I am trying to use st.write, so name, just for testing purpose. Control Z, Control C, whether data is coming or not. I'm just checking. Subject 2 and subject 3. Okay, this is the entire code inside the if condition. So ఇది ఎప్పుడు execute అవుతుంది, whenever we click this button, then only the code will execute. Let's save this and try now. Okay, so for example, Hari, subject is 60 and 90 and maybe 100, and if you can hit save, so save is clicked, and here the name and the data also displayed. Okay, so first I stored Hari here. I want to store like Hari data, then I am trying to maybe Kaveri. Second time Kaveri, I am trying some data, I am hitting save. If I hit save, so Kaveri data is coming. Now I want to retrieve Hari's data, previous data. You got my point, right? I want to read, I want to open or display Hari's data, previous members data. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? You got my question? Okay, how can we do that? Okay, ఇటువంటి situations లో we are not going to do that type of thing because of there is no saving here. So did we save any data here? No, I'm just entering into input boxes, I'm just displaying here. There is no storing. So whenever you logged in into WhatsApp or Facebook or Amazon, there is a login form, right? If you enter your username and password in login form, how the application will know whether your username and password is correct or not, you are authenticated or authorized user or not. How it will know, how application will know? So Amazon people, Facebook people, and every people, like whoever, the websites, all websites stores your data into their storage location. Got my point? That is called database. Okay, park it aside. Till here, is it clear? UI development, is it clear? Streamlit, these functions is enough. Come on, please respond in chat, clear, if it is clear. Come on everyone, please respond in chat. So no need Pallavi, because of this is only testing purpose I added. We are going to do like different format. Okay, give me some time. So that is not recommended way. Write function is not recommended, but I am making this little bit different. Okay, you understand what is the problem here? We are not saving the data. Okay, we are not saving the data. Now we are going to save. Okay, let's jump into new concept now without further ado. So whenever you are going to store a data, we need a database. We need a database. Let's jump into another advanced concept, database. Okay, before understanding database, I'm trying to ask you two things. Okay, yes, very nice, Chetan, thank you. So database, right? What is data? The first one. What is information? Can anyone try? Come on, quick. Do you have any idea about what is data and what is information? Okay, good. Useful data, yes, good, very nice. Okay, nice. Thank you so much for responding. Okay, let me try to bring one beautiful example to you. 66. Okay, this is everything is full course. Let me go with that. Yeah. Yes, if you can observe here, guys, whoever zero knots people, just observe here. ఈ సీన్లో ఒకసారి చూడండి. What is the difference between these two images? Here lot of books are available, but without order, without organized way, right? Books అనేవి ఎలా అంటే అలా ఉన్నాయన్నమాట ఇక్కడ. బట్ ఈ పిక్చర్లో చూసారంటే, if you can see this picture, all books are organized. Keep it like organized in this shell. అదేవిధంగా based on the order, alphabetical order, right? So this is called raw data. This is called information. What is it meant here? Data means raw or unorganized. So each book is say like data. So ఎలా అంటే అలా ఉంటే దాన్ని raw data అంటున్నాం, raw information or raw data అంటున్నాం. So that is called data and or raw facts, whatever you said. If you organized that data into like organized way, then that type of data is nothing but information. Okay, so organized books is equals to information, unorganized books is raw data. Same raw facts, raw moody data, something like we can say. So ఎలా అంటే అలా ఉండింది అనుకోండి. For example here Sai, maybe Gopal, just ignore, just 40, something 70. Okay, like this. If you can say, this is called raw data. If you can make it name Sai, father name Gopal, and maybe father's age or marks 1, subject 1 marks 40, marks 2 is equal to 70. This is organized way, some meaningful ga undi. This is called information, this is called data. Okay, I hope you understand what is the difference between data and information. In the data means raw facts. Okay, whatever you said, it's a raw facts. I hope you understand what is raw facts now, and it's a organized data. Okay, let me change the okay, it's 100%. Okay, fine. So information is organized. Guys, can you please confirm whether you are able to hear my voice? I changed my this one. Could you please respond in chat? Yes, good, thank you. So we know data and information. Now what is database? What is database? You know raw facts and information, right? If you can jump into another one, see here, this is organized books, and we can store inside one room. This room is nothing but library. That is called database. Database is a storage location which stores organized data. Got it? Database is a storage location in which we can store organized data, something like this. Okay, if you can see here, same example, this is called library. Okay, library is the database, and here lot of bookshelves are there. These are all organized data. Okay, we'll go with that. So we have lot of database types we have. Okay, lot of database network type or whatever, but we are using relational data types. Relational database. Okay, so I don't want to go much deeper basics, because of it will take lot of time. So definitely in SQL course I will definitely explain you everything. Okay, So relational database. Relational database in the sense what is meant by, if the database contains relations, that is called relational database. What is relation here? Any idea? Relation is nothing but table. If you want to store a data in tabular format, table is nothing but relation. Okay, that database we can say relational database. Relational database lo emuntayandi tables untayi. Okay, table lopala manaku records in the sense rows. Table lo rows and columns e kada undi, so adanamata table lo rows columns, like collection of tables anevi oka database lo untayi. That is called, okay, yeah, records and fields. That is called fields in the sense columns. Okay, so here relational database. In the relational database what ante, there are lot of features. I will explain you in little later, like not here in the full course. Lot of things we have. Okay, so we are going to use relational database. In the relational, what is meant by relational database? The database which contains the collection of relations or tables is nothing but relational database. So if you can see this image again, so I just check here as part of the like relational database. We have database is library, and here some one database we created. Then here 3 shells we have. Each shell is nothing but table. Okay, like this one. Table is a books. Books is a table. Table contains 3 records, 3 rows. Book ID, title, author, and price. Same like this. Okay. So if you can take one book, that is called one record. Data science book, John, and price. This is one record. One row or record antaru. And columns name antamandi fields antam. Column or fields. Okay, and I hope you understand the naming convention. If you can see, this is the library or this is the database. Database contains 3 tables. 3 tables here. Same way, oka database lo multiple tables anevi untayi. Table lo rows and columns untayi. Okay na? Ee format lo kana manam data ni kana store cheste, if you store a data in tabular format, that database is nothing but relational database. I hope you understand the basics. That's it for basics. Okay, so now you understand the relational database. So what are the examples and what are all the databases available in market? So one of the important thing, or you can start with Oracle database. It's like a database, it's not a server. Then we have important one, MySQL server. So in our full course we are going to understand MySQL database clearly. This is the server. Okay, then Microsoft వాళ్ళది MS SQL server we have. DB2 IBM వాళ్ళది DB2 ఉంది. అలా lot of ఉన్నాయి అన్నమాట. అదే విధంగా మనకు we are going to understand SQLite database for this demo, for this workshop. Okay, yeah, PostgreSQL, whatever. Okay, so now these are all the, if you want to use Oracle or MySQL, MS SQL, you need to install the server. You need to download and you need to install. Okay, but for time being we are using like temporary database or like lightweight database SQLite. We are going to understand SQLite now. Carefully chudandi okkasari. What we are going to understand now? SQLite. What is meant by SQLite? Ikkada full form meer chusarante, SQL means structured query language. Okay, lightweight database. Lightweight database అని అంటాం అన్నమాట ఇక్కడ SQLite. Okay na? Relational database, if you want, if you can make relational database. Okay na? Why we need to use SQL database for this means, so no need to install any server. Come on, no need to install any server. Okay, so it is available by default. It is yeah, maybe available by default in Python తో పాటు ఒక లైబ్రరీ అనేది బై డిఫాల్ట్ లైబ్రరీ అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుంది SQLite. సో మనం డైరెక్ట్గా యూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, వీ కెన్ యూస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ త్రూ Python దిస్ SQLite database. Okay na? So it's no need to install and no need to install the server. No server we have, no need to install server, whatever. There is no server. It's like a single file. It is a single file which contains all the tables. The naming will be name.db, maybe student.db. So the extension will be db format. Okay na? So this is called database, SQLite db file, database file. ఈ సింగిల్ ఫైల్లోనే అన్ని టేబుల్స్ అన్ని కూడా దీంట్లో స్టోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అన్నట్టు. Okay, if you go with MySQL and other things, you need to install separate software. But here Python supports SQLite database, inbuilt database, so we can use SQLite for now. Okay, so SQLite. So where we need to use here, so this is not using in any like enterprise level applications guys. The database, it's like a small apps, of course small apps use chestam idi like temporary ga mobile Android apps kosam, Android apps and small applications. Okay, desktop apps, mobile apps, desktop apps like calculator ఇలాంటివి ఉంటాయి కదా అలాంటివి. సో స్మాల్ యాప్స్ అన్నమాట. వీటిల్లో మనం యూస్ చేస్తాం. పైథాన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ యూస్ చేసినప్పుడు దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఇంపార్టెంట్ వన్ గైస్. డిడ్ ఐ గో స్పీడ్? అండర్స్టాండ్, అర్థమవుతుంది కదా ఎవ్రీ వన్? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్రెడీ 8, నో ఇష్యూ, వీ హ్యావ్ 1 more half an hour, ఐ విల్ ఎక్సీడ్. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా ఎవ్రీ వన్ గైస్? ప్లీజ్ రెస్పాండ్. జీరో నాలెడ్జ్ పీపుల్, ఐ నీడ్ జీరో నాలెడ్జ్ పీపుల్. Okay, we don't have that much time, that's what the problem actually. Okay, please 100% ఎఫర్ట్స్ పెట్టండి. మీరు టీవీ చూస్తా అలా తల తిప్పినా కూడా ఈజీగా మీకు లైక్ డైవర్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే నేను రిపీట్ చేయడానికి కానీ మనకు టైం లేదు ఇక్కడ వర్క్షాప్ కాబట్టి 100% ఎఫర్ట్స్ పెట్టండి. హ్యాపీగా 8:30కి వెళ్ళి మీరు డిన్నర్ చేసి హ్యాపీగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి పట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, రైట్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద యూసేజెస్. ఓకే, నౌ విల్ ట్రై టు గో విత్ యాక్చువల్ కంటెంట్. ఓకే, సో SQLite లో మనం డేటా స్టోర్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. నా అగైన్ నేను ఐఎమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు గో 20th slide. నా ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ చూడండి, జస్ట్ అబ్జర్వ్ దిస్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్. వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ క్లయింట్ ఆల్రెడీ రెడీ. we understand how to write a client, right, by using Streamlit. And Python code also we know like how to add the data, how to do the backend functions and other things. Okay, this is also we done yesterday. And database also we know SQLite. We are using SQLite database. Database is a storage location. Whatever the marks I read from the client, that data I need to store into the database permanently ga store chesundam. That's what, if you want to retrieve the previous data, we can easily retrieve from the database. That is my like our intention now. Okay na? If you want to store a data from the UI to database, so first we need to connect this server to database. That is a major thing here. Okay, so database is a different one, different software. Just assume it's a MySQL or some other database. Okay, so this is a separate software and our Python backend code is separate software. We need to connect from Python to database. There is few steps here to understand this connectivity. This is actually advanced Python database connectivity. So I am trying to show you one story, like storyboard, just real world storyboard, so that you will get zero knowledge people easily understand this. Okay, let me go with this. So you understand the database, right? So this is our intention now. This is our user input screen. Okay, Streamlit screen, and here we have a SQLite database and student.db and tables kuda dintlo untai. So through Python అనేది middleware గా ఉంటుంది, server side coding. So from UI we need to connect the Python. This is already done by using Streamlit. Now the data from UI, it is the data will come to Python side. Python లో ఉన్న డేటాని ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎక్కడికి పంపించాలి? We need to transfer this data to database. You need to store, or if you want to retrieve data from the database, again Python will connect to SQLite and get the data and display into the UI. That is our main intention. Okay, let's try now. So if you can observe this scenery, we have 2 buildings here. One is kingdom, Karachum undi, this is the kingdom, and here we have a database like treasure storage. So kingdom ko oka person unnadu ikkada. Itanu em chestunante, what is this person duty means he need to get the treasure like diamonds and whatever. Okay, he need to fill by using this vehicle, and he need to travel through this bridge, and he need to store that data, whatever that treasure, right? He need to store this diamonds and other things, jewelry, everything into this treasure storage building. This is the duty of this person. Okay, so he came here, but there is no bridge here. It is opened, like it's like a closed or whatever. Okay, it is opened now. Generally manam closed antamu technical perspective lo. Ikkada there is no bridge here. So how can he travel? Okay, if he want to store a data to this database or this storage location, first he need the connection, right? Bridge connection. He need a way. That's first what he needs to do. If you can see here, this is the Python application. So this is called a database. So he need to create connection first. Okay, ఫస్ట్ కనెక్షన్ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే ఈ బ్రిడ్జ్ని కనెక్ట్ చేయాలి. బ్రిడ్జ్ని కనెక్ట్ చేసి అప్పుడు డేటాని తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇక్కడ స్టోరేజ్ చేసేసి మళ్ళీ వచ్చేయాలన్నమాట. దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ పర్సన్. సో సెకండ్ స్టెప్లో ఏం చేశాడు, కనెక్టివిటీ అనేది చేశాడు. కనెక్టివిటీ ఇస్ డన్. సో హీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ దిస్ డేటా టు ది డేటా base or treasure storage. I hope you understand the process. Okay, so bridge is connected, Python can communicate with database. So first main గా కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ఒక పైథాన్ మనకు డేటాబేస్ తో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలంటే ఏం కావాలి, కనెక్షన్ కావాలి. సేమ్ టెక్నికల్ గా కూడా ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు కమ్యూనికేట్ పైథాన్ విత్ డేటాబేస్ యూ నీడ్ కనెక్షన్, సేమ్ లైక్ దిస్ రియల్ వరల్డ్ సినారియో. Okay, so connectivity is done. So what is the third step he is doing, he transferring the data to this treasure storage and the person is storing the data in organized way since it is a database. ఆర్గనైజ్డ్ వేగా డేటాని పెట్టేస్తున్నాడు. పెట్టేసిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ అతను డ్యూటీ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ వచ్చేయాలి కదా, లేదంటే సమ్ డేటాను మళ్ళీ రిట్రైవ్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాం, డేటాబేస్ నుంచి డేటా తీసుకురావాలి. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు గెట్ ఆర్ రిట్రైవ్ డేటా ఫ్రమ్ ది డేటాబేస్ ఆర్ ట్రెజర్ స్టోరేజ్, సో అగైన్ హీ ఫిల్ దిస్ డేటా ఇన్ టు హిస్ వెహికల్ అండ్ అగైన్ హీ రిటర్న్ బ్యాక్ టు ది కింగ్డమ్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ సీ హియర్ అగైన్ హీ రిటర్న్ బ్యాక్ అండ్ దెన్ అగైన్ హీ క్లోజ్ ది కనెక్షన్, లైక్ రిమూవ్ దిస్ కనెక్షన్. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ కనెక్షన్ అలా ఉండిందంటే మేబీ థెఫ్టింగ్కి వెళ్తుంది, లైక్ వేరే వాళ్ళు వచ్చేసి అనాథరైజ్డ్ పర్సన్ దీన్ని హ్యాక్ చేసేదానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ ద వెరీ సెక్యూర్డ్ లొకేషన్. డేటాబేస్ మీన్స్ వెరీ సెక్యూర్డ్ లొకేషన్. ఓకే, సో యూ నీడ్ టు క్లోజ్ దిస్ కనెక్షన్. ఇట్ మీన్స్ రిమూవ్ ది కనెక్షన్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాసెస్. If you want to store a data to the database, first we need to connect the connection, then we'll store the data into the database. Then again, if the transaction is done, we need to close this connection. If you want to retrieve data from the storage, again first we need to connect the connection and go to that database and take the data whatever you want and return back, and after completing of your transaction then close the connection. This is the process. Simple process. అర్థమైందా? రియల్ వరల్డ్ సినారియో సింపుల్ కదా. So same pattern I am trying to convert into technical side guys, so that you will understand very clear. Okay, very clear, easy గా అర్థం అవుతుంది. ఎందుకు రావు జాబ్స్ మనం? సో లాట్ ఆఫ్ మెంబర్స్ సేయింగ్ లైక్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ కోడింగ్, లాట్ ఆఫ్ మెంబర్స్ అంటుంటారు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు లెర్న్ పైథాన్, లాట్ ఆఫ్ వీడియోస్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ యూట్యూబ్ అండ్ వేర్ ఎవర్ యూ వాంట్, బట్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ద పర్సన్ హూ టీచ్ ది ట్రైనింగ్. సో ఎలా మనం చెప్తున్నాం అనే దాన్ని బట్టి అర్థమవుతుంది అనమాట. ఓకేనా? సో ఎలాంటి కోడింగ్ అయినా కూడా ఈజీగా ఇంజెక్ట్ చేయగలగాలన్నమాట. సో లెట్స్ సీ నౌ. సో ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ ది సినారియో నౌ. Now same thing I am trying to make it here. Okay, so I am trying to write few steps. SQLite database connectivity. Now this database connectivity. First step లో ఏం చేయాలంటే ఫస్ట్ మనకు డేటాబేస్ కావాలి. Okay, we need a database now. What is the database we are using? SQLite, right? So we need to import SQLite 3. So in Python available like this, import SQLite 3. Okay, first step we need to import. Then what we need to do, we need to create the connection, right? Second step is connection creation. So what is the syntax of connection creation? So ఒక వేరియబుల్ తీసుకుంటాం, connection is equals to, so SQLite 3 dot connect అనే మెథడ్ని కాల్ చేస్తాం. కనెక్ట్ బై పాసింగ్ డేటాబేస్ ఫైల్ నేమ్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్ అవర్ కేస్ student.db. that is the first step, connection creation step. So till here we are going to try now. Let's go to the code. First connection create చేసి ఒకసారి కనెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అయిందా లేదా వెరిఫై చేద్దాం. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఇన్పుట్ డేటా. సో ఫర్ నౌ I am trying to, okay, ignore this. On top of it I am trying to connect a database connection. Okay, so hash is the comment guys. If you use hash, it won't recognize it by compiler. Okay, so hash I am using. Hash in the sense some documents, some node points మనం కోడ్లో రాయాలి అని అంటే you are going to use hash. Hash is the comments. Okay, so database connectivity step. So first what I need to import here. Import, if you want you can take running notes, then you will understand clearly guys. Okay, SQLite 3. Okay, I imported SQLite 3. Now I need to create database connectivity, right? I am creating one variable, whatever you want, you can try to take one variable. And how to create a connection, SQLite 3 dot connect, and you want to give the name of the database. I am using student.db. simply, that's it. So there is no student.db here. So if it is available, then it is using this student.db. If it is not available, it will create the student.db. Okay, so let's try to I am using print option here, print, just debuggers. Okay, successfully connected database connection, something like this. Just ignore this part. Again malli vaddam ikkadiki, will return again. So just ignore this. So again we are trying to start from starting. Okay, let's save this. So ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ రన్నింగ్ లో ఉంది, మన సర్వర్ అనేది రన్నింగ్ లో ఉంది. ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ సీ. సో యూ వాంట్ టు లైక్ వీ నీడ్ టు స్టాప్ దిస్ సర్వర్. హౌ కెన్ వీ డూ దట్? కంట్రోల్ సి. ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ hit control C, then it is automatically stopped and coming to again terminal. Okay, let's run. Or better, instead of doing Streamlit server, because of lot of time it needs to take, right? This is just normal Python programming. So what I am going to do means I am trying to comment this code or remove. So instead of removing, this is the shortest shortcut amount, like comments. It won't recognize this data now if you had hash in front of the lines. Okay, now only 2 lines we have, 2 lines active code and these 2 lines, that's it. Now I am trying to run this program by using Python, directly Python compiler. So I am just clicking here. First we'll test the connection, then we'll try to integrate both UI and database, everything. Okay, I am trying to hit this play button. See, successfully connected database connection, and if you can see here, student.db is created successfully. Got it right? Student.db is created now. Now we need to create a table inside this student. Okay, if you want to create a table, first we understand what is our UI. UI lo emundo chudandi okasari. Name 3 marks ఉన్నాయి, ఒక టోటల్ క్రియేట్ చేద్దాం. సో దట్స్ ఇట్, ఆ డేటా వరకు చాలు మనకు. ఓకేనా? సో ఒక టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేద్దాం. డేటా ఏమేమి కావాలండి మనకు? ఒక నేమ్ కావాలి. సో ఈచ్ మెంబర్ని చేయడానికి ఐడి ఒకటి కావాలి, నేమ్ కావాలి, సబ్జెక్ట్ 1, సబ్జెక్ట్ 2 ఆర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ 3 మార్క్స్ అండ్ దెన్ టోటల్ మార్క్స్. ఇది కాలమ్స్, నా కాలమ్స్, టేబుల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి కాలమ్స్. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆటోమేటిక్లీ ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అవ్వాలి. సో వీ నీడ్ ఫ్యూ క్వరీస్ గైస్. SQL క్వరీస్ మీరు నేర్చుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. బట్ ఫర్ నౌ ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు ప్రొవైడ్ యూ క్వరీ, యూ కెన్ యూజ్ ఇట్ అవుట్. ఓకే, మనం నార్మల్గా కోర్సులో వచ్చి SQL కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది, ఫుల్ స్టాక్, మీరు లైక్ ఫుల్ కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది. మీరు కావాలంటే గూగుల్లోనే ట్రై చేయండి SQL కోర్సు, ఇట్స్ ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. లేదు మన దగ్గర అయినా కూడా ఫుల్ స్టాక్ కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది. మనకు ఫుల్ స్టాక్ నెక్స్ట్ కోర్స్ మనం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి ఇంకొక 1 వీక్లో ఫుల్ కోర్స్ ఉంటుంది. సో అక్కడ మీకు SQL అనేది క్లియర్గా నేర్చుకుంటారు. ఓకేనా? సో ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు ప్రొవైడ్ యూ. దిస్ ఈస్ ద టేబుల్, ఐ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ దిస్ టేబుల్. సో హౌ కెన్ ఐ క్రియేట్? ఫస్ట్ క్వరీ. సో నేను రాసేస్తాను, మీరు కావాలంటే నోట్ ఇట్ డౌన్ చేసుకోండి, ఇదే వర్క్ చేయండి. మీకు అర్థం కాకపోయినా పర్లేదు. క్వరీస్ ద్వారా మనం SQL తోటి కమ్యూనికేట్. వీ నీడ్ టు కమ్యూనికేట్ రిలేషనల్ డేటాబేస్ బై యూజింగ్ SQL queries, structured query language. Okay, how to create? Create table. Table name is student. I am using table name student, and then columns. ID is the first column, and this is called maybe what we can say, integer, and primary key because of మనం యూనిక్గా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలి డేటా అంతా. వీ నీడ్ టు రిప్రజెంట్ ID data is unique. That's what I am using, primary key and not null. So this is like course, if you understand the SQL code, then only you understand. Otherwise you can directly copy paste this entire query. Okay, no issue. So primary key, and automatically the user no need to enter the ID value because if it needs to auto increment. That's what I am using, auto increment. This is the ID column. Next, name will take text. Name will store text, right? That's what. So ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఇంటీజర్ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ 1 is also integer. Next subject 2 also integer. Okay, next one subject 3 also stores integer, and the next one total also integer. I don't want to take average and percentage of other things. Okay, simple table అని తీసుకున్నాను. బట్ ఈ టేబుల్ మీరు మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్ రన్ చేస్తుంటే మల్టిపుల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ టేబుల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, రీవ్రైట్ అయిపోతుంది అనమాట. అందుకని మనం ఒక కమాండ్ తోటి యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎప్పుడు స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ న్యూలీ వెన్ ఎవర్ స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్. ఓకే, సో ఏం చేయాలి అప్పుడు? క్రియేట్ టేబుల్ ఇఫ్ నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అనేటటువంటి కీవర్డ్స్ అనేది యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్, స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ అనేది లేకపోతే మాత్రమే, అంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం మాత్రమే, అట్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ విల్ క్రియేట్. So others from there, so it won't create any new table, it will use because of ఇక్కడ already exist ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి it won't execute this query. Okay, this is the first query and we need to insert the data, right? Query 2 SQL query anamata, SQL language is another course anamata. So insert into table name is student. So here name loki name variable, name column, subject 1 column, subject 2 column, subject 3 column, and then total column, and we need to pass dynamically. So values of how many columns we have? 4 columns. So 4 positional parameters, question mark and question mark and question mark. So this is the query. So how to set the data in Python అనేది మనం డైరెక్ట్గా పైథాన్ కోడ్లో ట్రై చేద్దాం. This is the second query, insert query. And retrieval query 3, how to retrieve data from the database. This is storing query, data storing query, the insert operation. Now retrieving query, of course everyone knows, select star from student table name, that's it, simple query. Okay, so these are all the 3 queries we are going to use now. First database creation try cheddam, table creation try cheddam. Okay, let's copy this query. So go to here, where is our notes? Here it is. Okay, so first connection is created. After connection created, then you need to create cursor, next step. Third one is cursor creation. So ఈ cursor ద్వారానే మీరు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తారు ఎవరిని? queries ని. We need cursor object. Okay, so through cursor you are going to execute these queries. So cursor creation, how to create a cursor? So cursor creation is cursor dot simple, like what we can say, cursor dot maybe execute by passing our query. So first of all we create cursor, right? So cursor is equals to connection dot cursor. So this is the simple method. If you can call this cursor method from connection object is here, then cursor is ready. Okay, whenever you want to execute a code, so you can use cursor dot execute method. Here you need to pass SQL query. This is the process. Okay, let's try now. So where are we? So first we created connection, then what is the next step? We need to create the cursor. Okay, so cursor is equals to connection dot cursor. So now cursor will create. Okay, CONN kada, CONN ikkada istam, connection. So cursor is, this is one time activity guys, this connection creativity. Okay, then we'll try to create, what is the next step here? Creating student table in database is created here, student.db. Now we are trying to create student table. What is the syntax? So cursor is ready, right? Cursor dot execute method. Inside the execute you need to pass the query. What is our query? Table creation query. Just copy this creation query, Control C, and just paste it here. Okay, if it is comes as a multiple lines, you need to use triple quotations like this. Okay, లేదంటే కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారంత అవసరం లేదు అనుకుంటే just ignore it. I don't want to confuse you. We'll try to learn everything in little, like in full course. So I pasted everything in this cursor dot execute. Till here test చేద్దాం. We'll try to test. Okay, I am trying to use one print, just table created. Let's save this. So let's execute the code. I am trying to hit this one. So what is the some syntax errors? Check cheyandi. What is the problem here? Line number 10, cursor dot execute, create table, spelling ఏదైనా mistake ఉందా చూడండి, less than and greater than bracket, someone create table query, bracket close చేయలేదా? ఓకే, ఇది ఓపెన్, ఇది క్లోజ్, bracket is closed, right? ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. create table if not exists, student id is integer, and then primary key we are using auto increment, correct? తర్వాత name text auto increment correct kada. Okay, we need a space here. Auto increment, no spelling, auto increment correct only, right? Increment spelling mistake chudandi. Okay, no, it's not increment guys, it's auto increment only. Name, text, subject 1 integer, subject 2 integer, subject 3 integer, total is also a integer. I don't see any mistake after I. Ekkada after I means where? Okay, I miss అయ్యింది ఇక్కడ, auto increment n miss అయ్యింది guys, auto increment. Okay, let's try now. Thank you for finding. Command control K. Okay, sorry. Let's see now. Yes, table is created successfully. Okay, table is ready. Now trying to insert a data. Where we need to insert a data ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుందండి మనకు? UI నుంచి వస్తుంది, అవునా? So now table is created successfully. Now we'll take all the data. I am trying to remove these comments now. డేటా ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఇవ్వాలి ఇప్పుడు వీటికి? ఐడి, నేమ్, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తున్నాయి? టెక్స్ట్ బాక్సెస్ నుంచి వస్తున్నాయి, ఇక్కడ నుంచి UI నుంచి. కాబట్టి నేను దీన్ని రిమూవ్ చేస్తున్నాను కమెంట్స్ని. సో ఇప్పుడు UI క్రియేట్ అయింది, నాకు నేమ్ subject 1 subject 2 subject 3 వచ్చేసింది. నాకు టోటల్ కావాలి కాబట్టి ఐఎమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ టోటల్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు, ఆల్రెడీ ఇదంతా చేసాం మనం నిన్న. ఓకే, we did already like completed this coding. Subject 2 plus subject 3, total is also ready. So everything is ready. Now I am removing this. ఎప్పుడైతే నేను సేవ్ క్లిక్ చేస్తానో ఏం చేయాలండి? నేను కోడ్ తీసుకెళ్ళి అక్కడ పుష్ చేయాలి. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఇంకొక కమాండ్ ఉంటుంది. వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ క్రియేట్ ఎ టేబుల్ యూ నీడ్ టు సేవ్ పర్మనెంట్లీ టు దిస్ డేటాబేస్. దట్స్ వాట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూస్ కమిట్. ఓకే, సో కనెక్షన్ డాట్ కమిట్. సో కమిట్ అనేది మనం యూజ్ చేయాలి, అర్థమైందా? కనెక్షన్ డాట్ కమిట్ ఇస్ ద మెథడ్. ఇట్ విల్ సేవ్ దిస్ టేబుల్ ఇన్ టు ద డేటాబేస్. గట్టిగా పుష్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట, పర్మనెంట్గా పుష్ చేస్తుంది, లేదంటే టెంపరీగా వెళ్తుంది. ఓకేనా? మీరు కమిట్ ఎప్పుడైతే యూజ్ చేస్తారో, వెన్ ఎవర్ యూస్ కమిట్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ ద డేటా విల్ స్టోర్ డేటాబేస్ పర్మనెంట్లీ. ఓకే, సో హియర్ ఐ యూస్డ్ కమిట్, అండ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ ఐ క్లిక్ ది సేవ్ బటన్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ గెట్ దిస్ డేటా and store inside this database table. That's what insert query ekkada rayali ipudu, inside the if condition. Okay, so now again cursor dot execute. So now the query, go to the query, this is the query, copy this, control C and paste it here. This is SQL query and comma, you need to go positional parameters here itself. So ikkada first question mark, second question mark, third, fourth. First question mark is the name field, second question mark is subject 1, third is subject 2. So 1 2 3 4 5 kada, so we need 5 question marks here. Okay, 5 question marks. So we need to add 5 variables. ఈ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్స్ లోకి డేటా పంపిస్తున్నాను. సో ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ నేమ్ లోకి డేటా ఏం పంపించాలి? నేమ్ వేరియబుల్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి డేటా. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ కాపీయింగ్ దిస్ నేమ్ వేరియబుల్ అండ్ ఐఎమ్ ట్రైంగ్ టు ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ ఐఎమ్ పుట్టింగ్ హియర్. Then second one, subject 1 kada, second question marks is, so order is important. Subject 1, this is called question mark lentandi subject 1 యొక్క positional parameter. So I am trying to copy this subject 1 and I am adding in second position, and third position is subject 2, next is subject 3, another one is total. Okay, that's it. So once after completing of it I need to save this permanently, right? How can I use? Connection dot commit again. Okay, so I hope you understand the query. ఒకసారి చూడండి ఇక్కడ ప్రాసెస్ అనేది మనం స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ ఫాలో అవుతున్నాం. స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ ఫాలో అయితే ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది, లేదంటే కష్టంగా ఉంటుంది గైస్. ఓకే, స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ ఫాలో అవ్వండి. చూడండి, ఇస్ ఇట్ కాంప్లెక్స్ టిల్ హియర్? మీరు టోటల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూస్తే కష్టంగానే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, యా, ఇట్స్ ఎ సింటాక్స్ గైస్, ఇట్స్ ఎ పొజిషనల్ పారామీటర్స్. ఎందుకంటే డైనమిక్గా సేవ్ చేయాలి కదా, డైనమిక్ డేటా. వీ నీడ్ టు గెట్ ద డేటా ఇన్ టు ద వేరియబుల్, దట్ వేరియబుల్ వీ నీడ్ టు యాడ్ set to the question marks. This is the syntax. Okay, question marks is the syntax, dynamic data. If you want you can directly add the hard code. If you want to hard code you can hard code, but hard code is not recommended, right? ఏదైతే డేటా మనకు వస్తుందో వేరియబుల్స్ లోకి, దట్ వేరియబుల్స్ we are going to set here. So this is the positional parameter syntax. Okay, so we are saving the data and we are committing and we are displaying one success message. Let's save this and we'll try. I'm trying to run now Streamlit run chestunna. Streamlit run app.py. Let's execute now. Guys, give me like 10 minutes, don't get bored, okay? So student name, I'm taking maybe Hari, and taking 70, maybe 90 and 80, and I'm hitting save. We'll see whether it is working or not. Yes, save is clicked. Instead of that, we'll change the message. Okay, save is clicked. Instead of that, student data stored successfully. If you want, student marks stored successfully. Let's save this. నేను చెప్తానమ్మా, మళ్ళీ చెప్తా. I will explain you again, okay? Anuradha, I will explain you, okay? Give me a few minutes. So let's try to execute. So I stored Hari already. I am trying to store maybe Anuradha, and I'm entering again another data, 98. I'm hitting save. So student marks stored successfully. So 2 marks I stored Hari and Anuradha. Let's try whether it is stored permanently or not. Okay, next we are going to use retrieval query. Okay, retrieval query. So in this retrieval query, I am using another button here. Okay, st.button view all data, view all student data. For example, button name. If it is a bigger, okay, ignore it. Okay, whatever. So click event I am adding here. If student st button click event, okay, question mark, then what we need to do? We need to write the data. What is the steps of writing? I mean retrieving చూడండి, same cursor dot execute లో మనం query పాస్ చేయాలి, అవునా? So we already know SQL query, select star from student, అంతే కదా? So let's copy this one, control V, select star from student is the table. Okay, so since it is a select query, it returns a table. So మీరు డైరెక్ట్గా SQL లో ఫస్ట్ వర్క్ చేస్తే SQL or MySQL లో సో కొంచెం అర్థమవుతుంది. సో అర్థం కాకపోయినా పర్లేదు. ఇక్కడ ఎలా అంటే మనం సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ అంటే రిట్రైవ్ చేస్తున్నాం. రిట్రైవింగ్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ ఇన్ దిస్ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ సీ, ఈ డయాగ్రామ్లో మీరు చూసారంటే ద డేటా అనేది అతను హోల్డ్ చేస్తున్నాడు, పర్సన్ అనే అతను. సేమ్ ఇక్కడ టేబుల్ నుంచి డేటా వచ్చినప్పుడు మనం హోల్డ్ చేయాలి కదా, హోల్డ్ చేసి దాన్ని డిస్ప్లే చేసుకోవాలి. వీ నీడ్ టు హోల్డ్ ద డేటా విచ్ రిటర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ ది డేటాబేస్ అండ్ వీ నీడ్ టు యూస్ దట్ డేటా. Okay, that's what we are using. Data is equals to, so this entire data we need to fetch by using cursor dot fetch all method. Okay, we need to use fetch all method, then only the data will return to this data. This is the retrieval part, this is the storing part. Okay, you need to understand these things. So storing is straightforward. Whenever we hit execute, automatically the query will execute. But here it executes the query, this result వస్తుంది అన్నమాట. దీనికి it won't return anything. ఈ క్వరీ అనేది ఏం రిటర్న్ చేయదు, మీకు డేటా స్టోర్ చేసేస్తుంది అంతే. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు చూసారంటే డేటా తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇక్కడ హోల్డ్ లైక్ మనం ఇక్కడ పెట్టేసామంటే ఇది ఎంటీ అయిపోతుంది అంతే. అదే రిట్రైవల్ అప్పుడు ఎంటీ తోటి వెళ్ళి డేటాను తీసుకొస్తామంటే డేటాను హోల్డ్ చేస్తున్నాడు ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, సేమ్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ హియర్. whenever we use select star from student, we are asking to database, hey database, please give me all the data which are there inside the student's database. So it is giving the data. So if it is giving, we need to hold, right? We need to hold. That's what I am using data variable, one variable. And how to get the data, how to fetch the data, by using fetch all method. Okay, so cursor that fetch all, so data will come. So I am trying to print this data first. st.write, I am trying to print this data. This is comes as a JSON format, or we can say like dictionary format in here. Let's save this, we'll see data is coming or not. Okay, so table is okay. Let me restart the server. Since we are using Python code, better to restart the server. So Streamlit run app.py, restarting. So I'm trying to view all student data. Yes, here we go, Hari and the data, and Anuradha and the data. But this is not looks like some good format, right? That's what data frame comes into picture, like tabular format. We need to display a data in tabular format. How can I do that? Let's see. This is not looks good, so that write is not required. I am removing this write now. So instead of that, Streamlit dot data frame, there is another method. I am trying to add this data into the data frame. Let's see how it will display if I use data frame. Okay, so let's check here and go to here and refresh it, and the app is there, and if you can hit view all student data, the table is coming. How it is simple, see. But here you can observe here there is like 0 1. Instead of that I want to make some column names here. Okay, so if you can know like the pandas, and of course we are telling definitely in the full course pandas and numpy basics. So if you can know pandas and numpy, so we like data visualization stuff, data science stuff, so we need to add some on top of it configuration. Okay, so same configuration I'm adding here because of, you know, right, the problem. Instead of 0 1 this indexes I need to display a common like text column names. Okay, what is the format here? So there is a column config here, another parameter you need to use column config is equals to, okay, colon. So this is the 0th parameter, right, 0th index. So 0th index, so I am going to take 0th index, maybe replace it with id or student id. I am using id, okay, and then comma. Next first index name kadandi, so first index student name or name, maybe I am using capital so that it looks good. Then second index is the subject 1 marks, subject 1, okay, comma 0 1 to third one, third index I am using subject 2, okay. So fourth one is subject 3, and then fifth one, last one is total. Fifth index lo em undali, total undali, total. That's it. So try chedama, we'll see. Let's save this and go to here and refresh this and check it here, view all student data. See, id, name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 and total. See how beautiful it is. The mini app is ready. So ikkada meeku diagram lo cheppanu kada, once after completing our transaction what we need to do, we need to remove the connection. So that is the final step. We are going to remove this connection. We need to come back here, connection dot close. There is a method called close. That's it guys. Okay, so let's end to end we'll try to test one more time now. So student name, maybe what is the name here, anyone, Vasanti for example, Vasanti, and the marks 90, 80 and 70, and I'm hitting save here, so that save will happen. And there are a lot of validation stuff, all the things, but we are like, I mean we don't have a time, right? So instead of like Streamlit full course I will try to explain. Okay, yeah, I will give you attendance. So if you can hit view all students, see Vasanti is okay. So this is a mini project. So just finally you can check this mini project thing code, and if you want you can capture it. Okay, you need to complete this one, and you need to calculate percentage and average also, and take the 5 subjects and you can store into the database. And someone asked, so this is the database creation guys. So check cheyandi okkasari, SQLite that connect, you need to pass the database name, then automatically create this database. Okay, student DB, and then cursor creation, you need to create the cursor. If you want you can remove these things, only testing కోసం నేను debuggers add చేశాను. If you want you can remove these things. Okay, then you need to execute this table, cursor.execute, and passing the query. This is the SQL query. Then you need to commit, because of this is the create query, right? You need to commit the data. Then UI, so this variables lo మన data ఉంది, ఇప్పుడు data మనం స్టోర్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి we need to store into the database. We are using st.button click, inside the button click మనం cursor.execute, again insert query రాసాం, ఈ పొజిషనల్ పారామీటర్స్ ఈ కాలమ్స్ లోకి డేటా యాడ్ చేసేసాం. నెక్స్ట్ కనెక్షన్ కమిట్ చేసాం అండ్ ఒక సక్సెస్ మెసేజ్ డిస్ప్లే చేసాం. వి డిస్ప్లేడ్ ఏ సక్సెస్ మెసేజ్. అండ్ దెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ క్లిక్ దిస్, సో అగైన్ అనదర్ query, retrieval query, and we are fetching the data and store it into the one variable, and we are displaying in data frame. Okay, so this is the like project, high level project. You need to complete it, and I'm trying to show you, and I'm going to give you like helper notes. You can go with what is that, Python workshop 1/day2.html file. So this is the day2 file. You can go through this, what is Streamlit and Streamlit installation and Streamlit running thing. Okay, and first Streamlit application you can practice with the Streamlit things. Okay, whatever title and write functionality, write function, this everything. And then user input ela తీసుకోవాలి, like text input, if it is a number input అయితే number input. Then complete this exercise. And button operations, how to create a button and how to click event, assign the click event, you can try it out. And SQLite database, so database గురించి ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, ఇంపోర్ట్ చేస్తాం, తర్వాత కనెక్షన్ క్రియేషన్ అండ్ దెన్ కర్సర్ క్రియేషన్, తర్వాత టేబుల్ క్రియేషన్. క్వరీస్ కూడా మీకు ఇక్కడ అవైలబుల్ ఉన్నాయండి. సో యూ కెన్ యూస్ క్వరీస్, బట్ ఇక్కడ కాలమ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో కాలమ్స్ యూ నీడ్ టు యాడ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ అవర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్. ఓకే, ప్రాజెక్ట్ బేస్ చేసుకొని ట్రై చేయండి ఇక్కడ. సో కనెక్షన్ డాట్ కమిట్, దెన్ ఇన్సర్ట్ క్వరీ. So this is the example thing. So you need to use our database and how many columns we need, so that columns you need to create here. And fetching data, how to fetching. Okay, so and then complete code here available. So first చూడకుండా ట్రై చేయండి, స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ మనం ఏదైతే చేసామో ఆ విధంగా ట్రై చేయండి. ఏదైనా డౌట్స్ ఇస్తే ఒకసారి ఇక్కడ వెరిఫై చేసుకోండి, లేదు ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ ఐ విల్ గివ్ యూ ది క్యాప్చర్. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ ఐ ఆమ్ గోయింగ్ టు షేర్ ద వీడియో, రైట్? So anyhow you can refer video also.